Imagine falling in love with someone at first sight. But here's the catch, you've never even met them. That's exactly what happened to a young man in New York when he saw Park Jimin for the first time. From one look on the street to a full-blown obsession, his life would never be the same. If you want to know more about this guy from New York and his obsession with Jimin, watch this full video.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone.
Before starting this New York guy's story, let me tell you his little conditions. He said to the person who shared his story not to mention his real name and not to share his personal details, like his Twitter and Instagram accounts. He doesn't like someone bothering him. So, let's call him Jake. He told someone his story, and we are here to share his obsession with Jimin. Let's start his beautiful Jimin effect journey. It was just another regular afternoon in New York. I was out shopping with my girlfriend, not really thinking about anything special. We were walking through Times Square, dodging tourists, when I noticed this massive crowd gathered in front of a billboard screen. People were cheering, taking pictures, pointing, basically, acting like something huge was happening. Naturally, I was curious. I stopped and looked up at the screen. And that's when I saw him. The clip playing was from BTS's I Need You, and in the center of it all was this guy, dancing, moving so effortlessly, yet with so much power. His expressions, the way he carried himself, it was mesmerizing. I had never seen anything like it. I turned to a random person in the crowd and asked, "Who is that?" The fan, clearly a hardcore army, gasped dramatically and said, "That's Jimin from BTS." I didn't understand why at the time, but I couldn't look away. Something about him had my full attention, the beginning of an obsession. That night, I went home, but something felt off. My girlfriend was talking about our weekend plans, but I wasn't really listening. My mind kept replaying that moment, the way Jimin danced, the way he carried himself. I tried to brush it off. But curiosity got the best of me. I picked up my phone, opened Google, and typed, Jimin BTS, and that was it. That was the beginning of the rabbit hole. One video led to another. First, I watched more dance performances. Then, I listened to his live vocals. Before I knew it, I was watching fan edits, interviews, and even those Jimin being an angel for 10-minute straight videos. Hours passed. Midnight turned into 2 a.m., then 3 a.m. I was lying in bed, my phone inches from my face, completely lost in the world of Jimin. My girlfriend, half asleep, mumbled, "Babe, what are you doing?" Without thinking, I whispered back, "I think I love him." When things started changing, I didn't even realize it at first, but Jimin had started influencing my daily life. My YouTube recommendations, now 90% Jimin content, my Instagram Explore page, completely taken over by Jimin fan edits, my daily conversations, suddenly filled with "Did you know Jimin was a contemporary dance major?" At first, my girlfriend found it funny. "You're really into this guy, huh?" She joked. I laughed it off. But deep down, I knew, this wasn't just a phase. Then, one day, she made a comment that changed everything. "I don't get the hype. He looks kinda feminine." I froze. A wave of anger bubbled up inside me. I didn't understand why, but I felt personally offended. Something snapped. I looked at her, completely serious, and said, "If you can't respect Jimin, we have nothing to talk about." And just like that, I broke up with her. From fan to superfan, after the breakup, my love for Jimin only grew stronger. I bought BTS album. I streamed every song. I even learned some Korean just so I could understand his interviews better. I got VIP tickets to see BTS perform, multiple times. And let me tell you, seeing Jimin perform live was a spiritual experience. Whenever someone insulted him online, I was ready to fight. I became a full-time internet warrior, defending Jimin's honor at all costs. People sometimes ask me, "Do you ever get tired of him?" The answer, never. Jimin's passion, talent, and personality are what make him so special. And no matter how much time passes, I know one thing for sure, he'll always have a place in my heart. Jake once said, "I never wanted to invade Jimin's life, but when I became his fan, I saw just how many haters were out there." That's why, As a fan, I felt the need to protect him. Every day, I read hateful words about Jimin on Twitter, but seeing it happen right in front of me, I couldn't ignore it. It felt like I had to defend him, no matter what. This New York guy's story proves one thing: the Jimin effect never fades. And in the end of this video I want to say, if you ever see a random guy in the streets of New York wearing a "Jimin is my religion" shirt, just know, that's probably Jake. If you guys like JM News Editor channel, then click the thanks button and give us small amount of thanks, because your small thanks amount makes us happy.